Welcome back to the deep dive. We've got a really interesting stack of sources you sent over this week, all centered on, well, something vital, cardiovascular health.
Yeah, specifically managing blood pressure. It's a huge topic.
Exactly. And we're zeroing in on one particular natural formula that's been getting some buzz. It's called Cardio Shield.
Right. People are looking into it for natural ways to help normalize their readings.
So our mission today, pretty clear.
Mm.
Dig into how it supposedly works,
Mhm.
the mechanism,
Mm-hmm.
define those crucial blood pressure numbers everyone needs to know, and then really look hard at the real-world stories, the case studies, to see, well, does it actually fit into a successful natural routine?
It's important stuff. High blood pressure, they call it the silent killer for a reason,
They
right?
do.
It just creeps up. No obvious symptoms for many people, but it's constantly working away, damaging blood vessels, straining the heart, kidneys, even the brain.
It really is insidious. And that underlying damage, I think, is why so many folks are searching for integrated solutions.
Yeah.
Things that might address the root cause, not just, mask the symptoms.
Great.
So before we even talk about Cardio Shield or any specific approach, we really have to nail down the basics, the numbers.
Absolutely fundamental.
Okay, let's unpack this, because if you're not tracking your numbers, you're flying blind, essentially. What are the key metrics we and you listening need to have locked in?
Okay, so blood pressure is measured with two numbers,
Yeah.
right? Systolic over diastolic. And it's in millimeters of mercury, mmHg.
Right.
The sources are really clear. The big line in the sand, the point where you really need to pay attention and probably act, is when those readings consistently hit 130, 80 millimilliHg or higher.
Okay, 130 over 80.
Yeah. And what's fascinating here, and a bit scary, is how fast those numbers just, hovering around that line, what some might call borderline. How quickly they can slide into full-blown chronic hypertension if you don't address it. So knowing these exact thresholds, that's like step one in taking back control.
Let's break that down. The top number first, systolic. What's that telling us?
Okay, systolic. That's the pressure inside your arteries when your heart actually beats, when it contracts and pushes blood out.
That's the force of the pump.
Exactly. It tells you how hard the heart is working at that moment. Ideally, you want that number under 120 milli-UHG. That's considered normal, optimal.
Okay.
Now, if you're between 120 and 129 milli-UHG, that's labeled elevated. It's not hypertension yet, but the damage is starting. Subtly, maybe, but it's beginning.
That's the yellow flag zone.
Pretty much. Then you get into the real warning zones. Hypertension stage 1 is 130 to 139 milli-UHG systolic.
Right.
And if you're consistently seeing 140 milli-UHG or higher, that's hypertension stage 2. And that demands, immediate and serious attention, often requires a multi-pronged approach.
Okay, that's the top number, the pressure during the beat. What about the bottom number, diastolic?
Right, diastolic. This measures the pressure in your arteries when your heart is resting between beats, when it's refilling with blood.
So the background pressure almost.
Kind of, yeah. It reflects the residual tension in your blood vessels when the heart's relaxed. Normal here is less than 80 millimilli-HG.
Under 80.
Under 80. As soon as that number consistently hits 80 millimilli-HG or goes above it, even if the top number is okay, that tells you your vessels aren't relaxing enough between beats.
Oh,
There's too much tension. And that alone, that bottom number being 80 or higher, puts you into the hypertension category. So understanding the difference between, say, 12578 and 13281, that's understanding the difference between keep an eye on it and, okay, we need to act.
That distinction is absolutely critical. Okay, so with that goal defined, getting and staying below 130/80, let's pivot to the formula itself, Cardio Shield. The sources frame it not like a drug, but as natural support, aimed at the root cause using specific biological pathways.
Exactly. The claim isn't just symptom management. It's about restoring balance within the system. Chronic high blood pressure often stems from underlying issues like vessel damage, stiffness, inefficiency.
Right.
So the idea is that this formula supports the body's own regulating mechanisms, but it needs the right ingredients to do that effectively.
Okay, let's break down the 4 key mechanisms the formula claims to target. And I want you to help connect these, because they sound separate, but they seem really interlinked, almost like a chain reaction. First one, reducing oxidative stress.
Oxidative stress, yeah. You could almost call it the main villain for artery health.
Okay.
Think of it like accelerated rusting, free radicals damaging the delicate inner lining of your blood vessels, the endothelium.
Right, the lining.
This damage makes the vessels hard, less flexible, less elastic, and if your arteries can't stretch and recoil like they should, well, the heart has to pump way harder to push blood through. Pressure spikes.
Okay, so damage leads to stiffness, leads to higher pressure. And that connects directly to the second claimed mechanism, supporting nitric oxide production. Why is NO, nitric oxide, so important here?
Ah, nitric oxide, or NO. It's like the body's master key for blood flow. It's a natural vasodilator, meaning it tells the smooth muscles in your artery walls to relax.
Okay, so it opens things up.
Exactly. Widens the pathway for blood. Now, here's the crucial link. Oxidative stress, that rusting process we talked about, it actively hunts down and destroys nitric oxide.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it neutralizes NO's ability to relax the vessels. So if a supplement claims to tackle both reducing that oxidative stress and boosting NO production, it's essentially trying to fight the fire and rebuild the house at the same time, targeting both sides of that damaging cycle.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Stop the rust, the oxidative stress, and support the natural relaxer, the nitric oxide, which logically leads to the third claim, relaxing the arterial walls themselves.
Precisely. This is all about restoring function, getting back that healthy flexibility. Relaxing the walls means trying to reverse some of that stiffness, that damage accumulated over years from, diet, stress, aging, whatever.
Getting the elasticity back.
That's the goal. Healthier circulation is, well, quieter circulation. It needs less force, less pressure from the heart overall.
And the fourth claim ties into this. Boosting overall energy and vitality, but without stimulants. How does that fit?
Well, that's kind of the positive side effect, right? When your whole vascular system works more efficiently, arteries relaxed, blood flowing smoothly, your heart doesn't have to work nearly as hard.
Okay.
Better circulation means better oxygen delivery everywhere in your body, to your muscles, your brain, so you naturally feel more resilient, more energetic. It's not like a caffeine jolt. It's the system running better. That's where the vitality boost comes from.
Okay, so look at the claims. Paints a picture of targeting a whole cycle of damage and repair. But the sources really hammer home. Cardio Shield is presented as support. It's not magic, not a standalone fix replacing a healthy lifestyle.
Absolutely critical point. Connecting this back to the bigger picture, it's like the difference between putting a patch on a leaky pipe versus actually renovating the whole plumbing system.
Right.
The supplement might be a catalyst, maybe even a powerful one, but your body needs those foundational pillars of wellness for that catalyst to actually work long-term, sustainably. The sources list 5 essential cofactors, things that must be happening alongside the supplement for real normalization.
Let's spend a minute on those 5 pillars.
Yeah.
Because it's about why they work together with the supplement. Pillar 1, nutrition first.
Non-negotiable, and it's not just cutting back on salt, although that's important because sodium makes you retain water, increasing blood volume.
Which increases pressure.
Right, but it's also about balance. Getting enough potassium is vital. Things like bananas, spinach, beans. Potassium actually helps your body flush out excess sodium.
Oh, okay.
So it directly helps manage fluid balance, reduces the heart's workload. Your diet is literally providing the building blocks or the damaging elements for your vascular health.
Makes sense. Pillar 2, move daily. We all know exercise is good, but specifically, how does something like walking help with nitric oxide and relaxing arteries, linking back to the supplement's goals?
Movement is just fundamental for keeping vessels pliable, flexible. When you do even moderate activity, like 30 minutes of brisk walking, it actually increases something called shear stress on the inner artery walls.
Shear stress sounds bad.
It sounds bad, but in this context, it's actually a good signal. It tells the body, hey, we need better flow here, and that naturally triggers the production of more nitric oxide.
Oh,
Yeah, it's the body's own way of practicing vasodilation, of opening things up. So the supplement might support NO production, but the exercise trains your body to actually use it effectively. They work hand in hand.
Got it. Pillar 3, stress management. Huge one today. Stress seems everywhere. How quickly does unmanaged stress mess up our blood pressure efforts?
Oh, fast. Really fast. When you're stressed, your body pumps out hormones like adrenaline and, crucially, cortisol.
Cortisol, yeah.
Cortisol is a major driver of temporary BP spikes because it directly constricts blood vessels. So things like deep breathing, meditation, even journaling, they aren't just nice to haves. They actively switch on your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest system.
Counteracting the stress response.
Exactly. It signals the body to relax, countering that constriction. If you don't manage cortisol, you're basically fighting the blood pressure battle with one arm tied behind your back.
Wow. Okay. Pillar 4, sleep right. Aiming for 7-8 hours of good quality rest.
Sleep is prime repair time for the entire system. Study after study shows poor sleep or chronic lack of sleep keeps your sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight one, activated longer.
Leading to higher baseline pressure.
Yep, higher average BP readings. Giving your body that solid rest window is essential for restoring vascular tone and also reducing the chronic inflammation linked to that oxidative stress we talked about earlier.
It all connects back. And finally, pillar 5, daily cardio shield, taken consistently as directed. That's the whole integrated system the sources insist on.
That's the package deal they present.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting, and maybe where we need a bit of healthy skepticism. We've laid out this synergistic approach. But the case studies, the real-world stories, show some pretty significant, sometimes rapid drops in pressure.
They do illustrate the potential power of that synergy. But you raise a fair point. If someone starts walking 30 minutes a day and takes Cardio Shield, how do you perfectly tease apart what did what? The sources seem to suggest the supplement provides that specific biological support, maybe overcoming a deficit or resistance, which then allows the lifestyle changes to finally stick and show results. Like it unlocks the potential of the habits.
And look at James. He's 52, an accountant. Stressed, fatigued. His initial reading was way up there. 125/92 millimole Hg.
Yeah.
That's solidly stage 2 hypertension.
Definitely concerning numbers.
His intervention, Cardio Shield, plus adding a 30-minute daily walk. Pretty straightforward changes.
That combination hits both the targeted support and the physical conditioning NO production aspect. And his result. His average reading dropped down to 2,880 millimole Hg.
Wow, it's a huge drop.
It is. It moves him completely out of hypertension territory, right down to that elevated normal border. And his, quote, cardio shield gave me back my focus, probably ties into that improved circulation we talked about, better oxygen to the brain, less fatigue.
That's a massive shift from just adding a walk and the supplement. It suggests his system was maybe quite responsive to that specific support.
Seems that way, yeah.
Okay, next case. Linda, 59, retired teacher. Dealing with postmenopause, high blood pressure, sleep issues too. Her readings were creeping up into stage 1, around 33, 888 millimole Hg. She chose the supplement as part of a broader natural wellness approach.
Her situation sounds like hormonal changes might be complicating things, adding to vascular tension. So a gentle, natural stabilization was likely her goal.
And within 60 days, the sources say her readings stabilized closer to 400 and 479 millimole Hg.
That's significant. That moves her clearly into the normal range, under that 330/80 threshold.
Definitely. And her feedback was about improved energy. She said, Cardio Shield has been a gentle but powerful support for me. Again, fairly quick normalization. Suggests that maybe targeting NO and stress pathways was effective for her specific issues, maybe linked to hormones and sleep.
Plausible, yeah. The pattern seems to be targeted support plus some lifestyle adjustment yielding results.
Our final case is Arun, 44, entrepreneur. Classic modern pressure cooker. High stress, late nights, fast food diet. His initial reading was the highest we've seen. 579.5 millimole Hg, severe stage 2.
Yeah, his system was really under assault there. A textbook example of how lifestyle can drive severe hypertension. His intervention needed to be pretty comprehensive.
And it was. He didn't just take the supplement. He made big changes. Switched to home-cooked meals, started doing daily breathing exercises. He tackled nutrition and stress head-on.
Right, hitting multiple pillars hard.
Over 90 days, his pressure dropped to 132 millimillion HSG. Now, okay, that's still just at the stage 1 borderline.
But hold on, dropping 20 points systolic and 13 points diastolic from 150/95 in just 3 months. By integrating those pretty major habit shifts alongside the supplement, that's functionally remarkable.
Yeah, okay, point taken. That's a huge improvement from where he started. It suggests the supplement was maybe crucial support while he made those tough lifestyle changes stick.
Could be, helping the body respond better to the positive changes he was making.
And his quote really sums up that integrated mindset. Cardio Shield became part of my stress defense routine. It wasn't the whole routine, it was part of it.
A tool in the toolbox.
So what does this all mean when we put it together? Looking at the proposed mechanisms targeting oxidative stress, boosting nitric oxide, and lining that up with these user stories showing pretty dramatic BP shifts. Well, Cardio Shield seems to show significant promise as a catalyst, right, for people aiming for natural blood pressure normalization.
It does seem to help people, based on these accounts, break through maybe a plateau or a cycle of resistance. It allows those crucial lifestyle changes, the walking, the diet, the stress management, to actually gain traction and deliver results they might not get otherwise.
So it could be that missing piece for some.
But only, and this is key, only when it's slotted into the complete picture. The movement, the sleep, the food, the stress management. It's not a magic pill that replaces those things.
Absolutely. The numbers from the case studies really bear that out. The big results came with integrated action. Which brings us to a final thought, maybe a provocative question for you listening. Since every single success story we looked at paired Cardio Shield with a specific, concrete lifestyle change, walking, diet overhaul, breathing exercises, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? If you're considering a natural approach, which piece really provides that initial critical push? Is it the targeted biological support from the supplement that overcomes internal barriers? Or is it the deliberate action, the lifestyle change itself, that sparks the momentum? Or is it truly just that inseparable synergy we've been talking about, where one simply doesn't work effectively without the other to break that cycle of high blood pressure and maybe, just maybe, restore some of that lost elasticity?
That's the core question, isn't it? The synergy seems undeniable based on these sources, but pinpointing the exact driver for that initial breakthrough, that's something to really reflect on.